African Americans in history. But as you know, Black history is American history. So what we have is a culmination. Our theme this year is the national theme, African Americans and the Vote. Midtown is so elated to put on their very first performance, Our Vote is Our Voice.
For Black History Month is African Americans and the Vote. 2020, an important general election year, is also a landmark year for voting rights. 2020 marks the 150th anniversary of the 15th Amendment, which gave the right of Black men to vote following the Civil War. It also marks the centennial of the 19th Amendment and the culmination of the women's suffrage movement. This year's theme, then, recognizes the struggle for voting rights among both Black men and women throughout American history. It is an ongoing struggle experienced by people of color that continues into the 21st century.
In the United States today, if you're over 18, a citizen and a resident of the state, you can vote, assuming that you're not a felon. The United States prides itself in being a democracy or a government in which the ultimate authority lies with the citizen of the nation. But it wasn't always that way.
The United States of America, a new nation, conceived of liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal, began as a slave society. Our country had to engage in a disastrous war before it could rid itself of the most undemocratic institution, slavery. But for Black Americans, the end of slavery was just the beginning of the quest for democratic equality.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can, when I can, when I can for the people. But the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night. That's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins salvation. And I fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's on the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but I'm gonna try. Sisters, stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. To prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
No one, let me come in. Doors are fastened and the windows pinned. Keep your hand on that plow. Hold on. Noah said you've done lost your track. Can't plow straight and keep a looking back. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on that plow and hold on. He had a golden chain. Every link spelled with Jesus' name. Your hand
Since our emancipation from slavery, we have suffered in this plantation economy. Only a few of us have been lucky enough to participate The rest of us are struggling to make ends meet. Sharecroppers, tenant farmers, farm laborers like us are barely surviving from year to year. Our legislators and our Supreme Court have turned their backs on us. We have no rights! There's one set of rules for blacks and another set of rules for whites. I'm tired of this Jim Crow system. We can't go to the same school as whites. We can't eat at the same restaurants, drink from the same water fountains, go to the same theaters, nor use the same restrooms as whites. I'm tired of being separated from white Americans. We have to deal with the hatred, and the unfair legal system, and inequality in education. Yeah, and the denial of the rights to vote.
Just hold.
Words Like Freedom by Langston Hughes.
In the early 1960s, the voting age population of Dallas County was 30,000, more than half of whom were African American. However, only a few hundred black residents had successfully registered to vote. On January 2nd, 1965, King and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference arrived in Selma, Alabama, and the voter registration campaign began.
The Senate is in Selma Administration Office. The register is a white male in his 30s. A group of African Americans arrived at the Selma Administration Office. Just as they reached the top of the steps, a Caucasian woman inside rushes to the glass door and slaps up the sign, "Closed for lunch." She locks the door and stands guarding her thumb to the other side of the glass.
Closed for lunch. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. We can't go back home. Voter registration like 2 days a month. We're just gonna have to stand here till lunch is over.
Hours crept by slowly. More people arrived, but the sign didn't come down. No one left the line to go to the bathroom or get a drink of water. Finally, at 4 p.m., an hour before the office closes, the sign came down. This time, the sheriff locks the door.
Y'all fully well know that y'all ain't allowed up here all at once. Back up! Only one at a time.
Annie Lee Cooper, a dignified woman in her 50s, is allowed to enter. She walks across the lobby, picks up the registration form and the literacy test. She completes the form with meticulous handwriting. She smiles in satisfaction. She carefully gathers her coat and purse, pats her hair and straightens her hat, takes a deep breath and walks across the polished lobby of the small, quiet courthouse. She heads to the registrar. A white man in his 30s is reading the comics. Annie Lee stands there for several seconds, but the man ignores her. He continues to read, never looking up. Then,
Excuse me, sir. I come to register. Ain't nobody call you up there. Sit on down to your call. But there's no one here. Stir in trouble? Go sit down to your call.
Annie Lee swallows her pride and turns around. She walks back across the lobby, gripping her purse tight to calm herself down. As soon as she reaches the seat and sits down,
Annie Lee Cooper.
She looks at him, he smirks at her.
Get on up here. I ain't got all day.
She grits her teeth and rises. She holds her head high as she walks across the lobby, placing the forms on the counter.
You work for Mr. Dunn at the rest home. Ain't that right? Yes, sir. Wonder what old Dunn will say when I tell him one of his gals over here is stirring trouble. Ain't stirring up trouble. I'm here to vote.
He snatches the forms and reviews them. After a while, he becomes annoyed that there is nothing to correct.
It's all right this time. It's right if I say it's right. It says the Constitution's preamble. You know what the preamble is? We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity. How many county judges in Alabama? 67. Name them.
Annie stares at him. He inks rubber stare. He looks down at her forms. Beg, deny. Annie's head is still high. Her face doesn't change, but her eyes, we see a light go out. She turns and walks away.
The jail population continued to rise. Reports of in-prison children and the startling fact that there was more blacks in jail than on voter roll raised alarm on Capitol Hill. In early February of 1965, after congressional delegation investigated the situation in Selma, members called Congress to pass voting rights legislation.
On February 18th in nearby Martin, Alabama, a night march turned violent when a young man named Jimmy Lee Jackson was shot as he tried to defend his mother from the state troopers. When Jackson died from his injuries 8 days later, James Bevel, a member of SCLC, called for a march from Selma to Montgomery to honor Jackson. Over the next week, Bevel's idea grew to encompass a broad protest against voting rights abuses.
I won't just survive. No, you will see me thrive. Can't write my story. I'm beyond the archetype. I won't just conform. No matter how you shake my core, 'cause my roots they run deep. Oh, yeah, so it'll fade. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it.
On Sunday, March 7th, some 600 individuals set off from Selma's Brown Chapel AME Church and began walking toward Montgomery. The demonstrators took a route across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, spanning the Alabama River. When they reached the opposite bank, Alabama state troopers blocked the road, refusing to let them pass.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome
Someday.
Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We're not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid to say, oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome them.
It will be detrimental to your safety to continue this march. And now I'm saying that this is an unlawful assembly and this march will not continue. Troopers, advance.
John Lewis and 17 marchers suffered serious injuries and were hospitalized. Roughly 100 marchers were wounded in all. That evening, network news channels broadcast footage of that bloody Sunday. On Monday morning, the front pages of the newspaper across the country recounted the violence on Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Freedom Walk by Charlie Pack. They say we'll never get it. I believe when people hear the color side of the story. Injustice everywhere. It is all justice everywhere. They chant and throw objects, but I'm not giving up. I feel like I go out all night for freedom. Cops yell and block the roads and order people to go back. Group of Caucasians chant in our faces and hold time, but all I can say is, keep walking.
On March 15, 8 days after Bloody Sunday, President Lyndon Johnson addressed a joint session of Congress calling for passage of the Voting Rights Act.
There is no moral issue. It is wrong, dead wrong, to deny any of our fellow Americans the right to vote in this country.
To that bloody Sunday, demonstrators in Selma organized a second march. Once again, state troopers blocked their way. This time, the incident ended peacefully, and the marchers returned to the Brown Chapel. For the next 2 weeks, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference negotiated with federal officials seeking an injunction to prevent the state of Alabama from interfering with the march. After a federal rule in favor of the SCLC, the 54-mile march to Montgomery began on March 21st, 1965.
As the marchers neared the state capitol, 4 days later, their ranks had ballooned to 35,000 people. Later that day, King addressed the crowd.
Like an idea whose time has come. Not even the marchings of mighty armies can halt us. We are moving to the land of freedom. How long? Not long, because no life can live forever. How long? Not long. You shall reap what you sow. How long? Not long. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the whole universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
On August 6, 1965, the Voting Rights Act was signed into law. It outlawed literacy tests and poll taxes, and authorized the Attorney General to appoint federal registers if necessary. To make sure all qualified citizens were free to register, Dr. King and Rosa Parks were among those choosing to witness the historic bill signing.
One day, when the Lord comes, it'll be ours, it'll be ours. Oh, one day, when the Lord is one, we'll be strong, we'll be strong. Oh, glory, 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 oh, glory, glory. Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon. Forms against death, glorious destined. Everyday women and men become blessings. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a victim to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is just a position enough. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, spirit is revisiting us. Doing living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Moses out on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When it goes down, woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots me on the ground, the camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop, and we ran up. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be strong, we will be strong. Oh, glory, glory, oh, glory, glory. Now the war is not over, victory is won. From the battle to finish, when it's all done, we'll cry glory, we'll cry glory, Selma is now for every man, woman, and child. Even Jesus got his crown in front of a crowd. They march with the torch, we gon' run with it now. Never look back, we done gone hundreds of miles. From dark roads, heroes, to become a hero. Facing the league of justice, his power was the people. Enemy is lethal, a king became regal. Suffer faces Jim Crow under a raw ego. The biggest weapon is to stay peaceful. We sing, our music is the cuts that we bleed through. Somewhere in the dream we had an epiphany. Now we right the wrongs in history. No one can win a war individually. It takes the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy. Welcome to the story we call victory. The coming of the Lord. My eyes have seen the glory. One day, when the glory comes, it'll be ours. It'll be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be strong. We will be strong. Oh, glory, glory, glory.
We have an important election coming up. The 2020 United States election will be held on Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. All 435 seats in the United States House of Representatives, 34 of the 100 seats in the United States Senate, and the office of President of the United States will be contested. If you're a citizen of the United States, 18 years or older, a resident of the state of New Jersey, and not a convicted felon, you're eligible to vote. If you have not registered, please do so. Get out and exercise your right to vote. Yes, we can, and yes, we will.